Joe. Hey there, fellow adult collectors. Welcome back. David Eon here, and LPH, where?
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera. Here for another G.I. Joe installment, and of course, some more ARAH era finds, if you will. Not that I've forgotten about these guys. And I got four poor naked Joes sitting up there waiting for some outfits, and when I get a chance, I'll get back to that again, and of course I'll film that as well, because my interests of course go all the way back to the original 1964 series. But I do have a couple of more pieces courtesy of LPH. LPH got these for me. So first off, we have the Coastal Defender. The Coastal Defender. And this is going to be, what, 1987? 1987, the Coastal Defender. And the box is actually pretty nice on this. The flap is intact. Often,
it's not bent down.
Yeah, often these are bent. And again, often these little flag points are long gone.
Mm-hmm.
You see the original price there. $3.99. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? Now this one is opened, and it is also previously played with. So inside here, basically we have a mint complete Coastal Defender in little bags. So this is what loose complete with box is what you would call that. You have all your little Coastal Defender pieces, your little rockets and your little radar dish and the little truck, and then the walls of that unit.
So that's like a little base station, like a little fighting position, I guess?
Yeah, it's like a box, and you see that on the back of this here actually. It's like a little box, and then it pops open, and the missiles are on the side, and then the guy sits there, like you see Flint sitting in there, right in the damn way, getting roasted alive by backblast, like most G.I. Joe vehicles, because that seating position makes no sense, considering where those rockets are going to be launched from. But, you know, that's cartoon logic. And then here are the blueprints, which made the ARAH era G.I. Joe toys so much more interesting.
Yeah.
They really did. Because this added a lot to it. Sticker placement and everything, all the instructions are on here. Assemblage, but also, you know, makes it feel like it's a real thing because of the instructions. And the other piece, also from LPH, is the flak cannon. And it says here, C-back panel for actual size. Because the toy demonstrated on the back, or the image demonstrated on the back, should be the exact size of the assembled product. And unfortunately someone removed the price tag on this one. I always like to see the old price as long as the price tag isn't outrageously big. It does still have the flag point. This is again an open boxed example, and I do already have a flag cannon.
Oh.
The fridge is sitting in it.
Oh, okay.
And that's
That's what.
you can see, I just want to put that up against there.
Well, now you got a box. Oh, that is the same size.
It is the actual size. The coloring is different than the picture. And this is the 1983, is it 83 or 81? 82, I'm all over the place. 1982. And you see the other vehicles that were available at that time pictured there for G.I. Joe. And there is a flak in here, again, complete with opened box. And this is very simple, because you just have the cannon, the chair, that you just kind of slide on, if I can manage it, like that, and then the legs that you just pop in here, like that, and then you've got your flat cannon. There we go. Real simple, but like everything else in the original line, very realistic looking as far as military weapons are concerned. And this also has the instructions. Nothing wrong with having two flat cannons.
Well, now you got a box example and a loose example.
Yeah. There's your blueprints. And then
Is the stickers in those boxes?
the stickers are already applied.
Oh.
Because these were previously played with. So
Oh, okay.
somebody already put them
Put
on.
them on. Okay. No, don't do that. Stop it.
There's a cat underneath us. I'm trying to get our attention here. And also just wanted to mention,
Yes.
so while we're all on it, you can see the appeal. One thing that I think is really interesting, because we have this thing that we do, and this is LPH's
Go ahead.
box set here, that she had got this, because we do watch vintage shows and we prefer owning the media as opposed to trying to get it online. Well, she's being real disruptive, isn't she?
Yeah, she never did.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You need attention? Silly. But, yeah, go ahead and look at her real quick so people can see we're not making it up.
Big fat cat. Get away from that before you break something.
Anyways.
Like that other silly cat breaking up my pieces.
But,
Okay, go ahead. Tell your story.
yeah, going back and watching these things as an adult puts it in a different perspective. And sometimes the shows are good and sometimes not so much. Like,
Yeah.
I used to like Mr. Magoo when I was a kid. Tried to watch it. Oh, hello. Tried to watch it as an adult, and it's like, wow, this is awful.
Yeah, we watched one episode, and
And
it
that was
just,
enough.
It was painful to
Yeah.
watch.
But then going back and rewatching He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, it was a fun show.
Yeah.
And so was this. And, you know, if you haven't seen this since you were a kid, you might really enjoy it. The plots on the 5-episode journeys, when it's multi-episodes, sometimes it's a 2-parter, are much better than the individual plots most of the time.
Yeah.
Some of the plots are kind of rudimentary, but the writing's not bad. The animation isn't bad. Sometimes it's a little choppy or it has bad continuity, or like we noticed a few times, their skin color would change mid-frame.
Or they forget to paint your pants on.
Yeah, the part of the uniform would disappear. Yeah, that happened that one episode with the Baroness and her two. Suddenly her Cobra officers she was sitting with had no pants. It's like, what happened? Bare legs and then pants again. Insignias disappear off the clothes. There's a lot of continuity errors, but the streaming and the movement and everything is usually pretty good. Most of the plots are pretty decent, or at least funny.
Yeah.
At least they're entertaining. And the music is really underrated, because they had a symphony orchestra with, you know, it just runs constantly in the background, so you don't think about it. But the music is surprisingly good. And I just wanted to throw that out. And again, thank you to my lovely wife for the additional ARAH G.I. Joe items that I can try to work into my limited space.
Well, you're trying to rebuild your collection, and it's nice
not easy.
No. And it's hard to find it, and the money, and all of that.
Yeah,
so.
because when I originally got my stuff, and I've talked about this before, people weren't deep into the hobby. When I was younger, the big money was in cap guns and model trains and stuff, and some of that stuff's really expensive still. But this kind of stuff, no one cared about it yet. No one cared about Star Wars. Nobody cared about G.I. Joe. You know, I remember getting Tomax and Zaymont on the card for $5 at a convention in like 1991, or something like that, try to get Tomax and Zaymont mint on the card now. You can't do it. It's expensive. It's crazy expensive. They all are. And I've got tons of examples like that, like the comic collection that I lost. And it's like, well, why can't you replace it now? Because when I got my 7.5 or 8, it wasn't great. They didn't do grading then like that, but I would have guesstimated it at about a 7.5 to an 8. Daredevil #1, I paid like $100 for it, and that was the going rate at the time, in like the early 90s, or $90 for my Iron Man #1, things like that. Those prices, it's a daydream now. You don't find it, and so it's tough. It's tough for, especially as far back as my collecting interest goes with G.I. Joe in particular. But that's our journey for today. We strayed all over the place, but that's okay. Anybody has any input on that or any thoughts, they can go ahead and post their thoughts and their comments in the comment section down below. And hope that you're enjoying taking that journey with us. And if that's it, then what more can I say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.